Call it emergency stop. Don't say stop stream.
It's a big red button. Stop ringing with an exclamation point. And at the start when I was explaining those buttons, I didn't say that. You must have missed it.
I didn't hear that brief.
Okay, well, we'll have it again.
All right, so guys, if you lost us there,
Did we actually go off? I thought you were taking the piss.
Dylan foolishly put. You should not be putting a button.
So far away, so
You should not be putting a button. I'm looking for more sounds, bro. You should not be putting a button on my soundboard that actually can stop the stream. Like, that's like giving fucking Joe Biden the button to fucking send nuclear weapons. And just fucking bang, gone, see ya, everyone's dead.
Ooh, red button.
Yep. Hey, let me just shit myself while I'm pressing the button.
Those memes are so funny.
Everyone's dead. All right. How do you stop birds from destroying your lawn? Stop bringing birds around? Unfortunately, you probably have kikuyu if the birds are destroying it, and it's probably a really healthy kikuyu from my experience. You're not allowed to do this, but in a hypothetical world where the Avengers existed and you lived on Earth 2.0 and it wasn't a problem, you just kill them. That's not allowed to be done here. So you can distract them away.
Yeah, they're really difficult.
Ask Ervo, and are you taking my button away?
What, do you want it?
No,
I don't think I should have access to deleting the stream.
No, I thought in like the most absolute emergency situation.
What? You fucking
Kill button.
what? Okay, let's
We're not at
with
the
this.
supermarket anymore,
Let's
Dylan.
sit
I'm
with
not going to
this.
get held up again, all right?
What situation do you think could occur in this world where I would need to emergency stop a fucking podcast? like I don't know. So say I don't know, a car drives through the wall. That's great content, right? Someone pulls over, heart attack, good content. Flip the cameras around because it won't be me. I'm a fucking health fanatic
Someone could run in here,
with no clothes on.
no clothes on.
Will that turn the
That's-
cameras off?
That's fine.
Well, it'll stop the stream, but the cameras will still record.
All right. So if Jonesy goes all like woke and then we're going to go broke, we just fucking.
If I
All
ever
right.
do that, you sort me out like those birds.
I get
all
no
right?
joy from anything. All right.
Oh, God.
I wonder how many more ginger beers I can have and then still get home. All right, let's continue on with the questions. Venjum asks, where are the Lawnhub PPE? I couldn't be fucked, to be honest, Venjum.
That's couldn't be so true.
Yeah, I just, I'm going to get Emma to make me well, actually, Emma doesn't know this yet, but if Emma's listening, I'm going to get Emma to convert one of those jumpsuits, but a new one, into a suit with a belt buckle and shit. And then I can wear, like, just throw my suit jacket on. So I have a high-vis suit jacket. Can you go ask her while you're up? Thanks, Dill. Sorry, TikTok. Do you want us to stop?
Oh, no, just ignore me.
Pretend I'm not here like you do every other day. Just a tip for everyone, don't listen to Lawnhub Live for school pickup. Clint's swearing per minute is off the charts. Shane from New South fucking Wales.
That's funny.
I think it's a good opportunity, Shane, to let your kids know that words can't hurt you and that they're all just words. And in my opinion, if Celeste told me off for swearing at our kids last night, we had people around and I was like very full on. Like I would talk to you. No, I probably don't even talk to you this badly. I'm like, will you shut the fuck up? And she's like, fuck, we got people around. I'm like, well, I am who I am. And this is how I talk, right? I also think that at the end of the day, my kid's 18 against anyone else's kid's 18. Let's see who's fucking come out the other side the best. So yeah, just tell your kids that people do swear, and apparently there's studies that say it's because they're more intelligent, and they're just words. And if we get to the point where fuck becomes like thank you, and then like you know someone does something and you go fucking thank you, and it's just polite. There's no more bad words anymore.
No, that's so true.
They're all gone.
There's a certain word that gets used as a describing word that I'm not going to say because we'll 100% get shut down. But
Does it start with N or C?
the first. you know, what are we in 2024? So to call someone that word 80 years ago be a lot different to being, you know, today. So,
yep. And I think if you can take the power away from the words, and the words, I guess, no more. But anyway, so maybe school pickup, just watch. All right. Much lawn grubs on the lawns you guys do? BP on Dick. Did I say Dick? Sorry? Much lawn grubs on the... Okay. Are we getting much lawn grubs on the lawns that we do? So translate that to, are you seeing much grub in your area?
Not here. Not in
Also,
SA.
no point fertilising in winter. Correct. Well, not correct. Depends on the fertiliser.
The grub, if you're referring to African black beetle larvae, that should, depending on, again, where you live, it should have completely shut down. Now they've gone away and their larvae will come back out again in the springtime, but there's still some armyworm around, which can be treated, obviously, but they should start ramping down soon. It's just too cold, and again, depends where you are, but...
Is that Irvo yelling?
Yeah, does he just want
Irvo, shut up. We can
does
hear
he
you
just
in
want
here.
to get involved in the podcast?
Yeah. Does anyone want to see Irvo? Ask him some questions about stuff.
Thailand.
Eating steam. Having a colonic irrigation delivered by a lady with a penis. All right. We have Taylor Evans missed the start and wanted to know what the answer was to Chris Downing on Facebook saying, I've got kikuyu growing in my Sir Walter Buffalo apart from pulling it out manually. Get a tent peg from Waterpro and pull it out. Was that the answer?
Yeah, or paint,
Paint it with
glyphosate.
like one of Jack's French girls. Glenn Wiley on YouTube. Happy Friday, boys. Did you forget to send the prizes for the bucket competition winners? Kira, Adam's waiting for them to email him, I think.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the emails.
So we don't have email addresses, Glenn. We need your email address, right, to send the prize?
Yeah. So at the end of that podcast, we said the winners email Adam at Lawnhub. Click the...
So, Glenn, if you are one of the winners, I'm guessing you're either asking because you are or because you know someone that is and you wanted to spend the night with them in a hotel. Can you email adam at lawnhub.com.au on the email address that is currently available on your screen? And Adam will sort you out. I'll leave it up there for another minute. All right. What do we got here? Isaac from the Lawnhub floor. Thank you. I still have a lump in my throat. Is that a lyric from a song? Lump in my throat?
I'm sure it is.
I can hear Natalie Imbruglia in my head now.
There'd be a million, billion, trillion songs.
You feel? That's not the song, is it? No, you're too young to know that song. It'll come back. Savage Garden seemed to have popped back into the world. All right, Rob Lackey on YouTube. Spartan and NSFW. If applying both, I probably wouldn't do them at the same time. How long should I wait between each? Oh, there you go. And which order is best?
I would do Spartan first.
Like 6 months before?
Yeah. I would do Spartan first, water it in, and then if you've got existing broadleaf weeds, 24 hours later, you can do an application of NSFW.
This one's for you. Mental Health Messenger on TikTok. I'm going to have to take this away because it's written in capital letters. If you are looking for a sign, this is it. You are loved. You are needed. Stay strong.
Wicked.
Can you, with TikTok, can you auto message people? Yeah, we should do that and just spam everyone. I don't know if there's an emergency. Hang on, what the hell? Happy Fridays. Did you forget to send out the prizes? All right. I don't know if he's still here after the emergency stream. I didn't fucking know. I'll take Adam's email address off the screen and we'll go back to the cat. All right. So what is it? 3:20. Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I just don't know what we're going to do for next week's podcast. That's all.
We could do it over there.
We could.
Dylan's like, where is it? We're like, you wouldn't be interested. It's horrible. It's going to be 23 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're playing golf. You can't.
On the Friday, yeah.
That's when we do the podcast, Hot Shot. 4! I need that one as well.
The dirty at the back.
So, a couple of quick stories about the government communications.
Yeah, I didn't know. Do I know about the safe work? I can't remember.
So when I was a young, that's another
when
song.
I was a young boy.
When I was a sperm, I had a lot to learn. Do you know that song? Look that up. When I was a sperm, I had a lot to learn. There's more lyrics.
Maybe not on the work laptop. Jaron might just.
Nah, the only websites you can't look at on that website are seek.com.au. So, worked as a when I first quit my job, me and my business partner we had a company called Fluid Designs, which was a water feature installation company. It didn't really go that well, so we started installing underground rainwater tanks, and so in order to make money, we just did it quick. So we would get an excavator in and we'd dig a hole the size of this room, including the depth of this room.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would try to get the underground tank in the hole before the end of the day and then push all the dirt back in there. And we were working in Heathpool for a lady called Jane. I won't say her last name. And her neighbours and her were having a fence dispute because her neighbours were cunts.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, kids. School pickup. Maybe we should do this during the day. And so the neighbours reported us for having an open hole with no fencing. Like we literally just dug a fucking massive hole in the ground. And I was like I am with everything else. I'm like, if you're dumb enough to fucking walk here and fall in the hole, then you probably deserve to be part of the rainwater tank.
Mm-hmm.
And it will help with what we would call Darwin's theory of evolution. And so we had Safe Work ring up, and me being a early 20-year-old smart ass dealt with that how you would expect me to deal with it. And they were going to they shut us. I think they shut our site down for a little while, and we had to meet with these fucking people, and they were like, it was good because I really was looking forward to having a lecture from another mum about how it's not safe and all this shit. So we had to put fences up and stuff, and it was even more funny. You can imagine what Celeste's reaction would have been. I'm like, it's not that big a deal. Just fucking quickly backfill the fucking tank, but it was we had an official warning from Safe Work, and then I think we kind of moved away from. I can't wait for the comments from the people from the fucking safety brigade. But yeah, that site got completed and all that was fine, but we kind of stopped doing underground tanks after a while. There was also a bad debt situation involved in there, which I think I've spoken to you about before, which I won't talk about on camera. And then the letter from the ATO was one saying that we are doing an audit on your company because there are irregularities around your tax. You haven't done, I think we hadn't done 5 of the last 8 BAS statements and hadn't paid super for any of our staff for 2 years. So that was an interesting one. So, yeah.
Obviously I've heard that story before, but my favorite part of that whole story,
the
ATO is like, do you want a coffee?
What do you think's going on here?
Yeah, because obviously if you come to Water Pro locations,
if you don't
railways,
get a coffee, the person that's talking to you just lost their job.
Yeah, you get offered a coffee, and that's just like second nature to us. Oh, would you like a coffee? And there's just
like,
what do you
think? Know what this is? You know what this is, right? Right, I can't take a coffee from you. You're being audited by the ATO. I'm like, water? Yeah. He's like, I'm fine. And he just rips out his little briefcase and rips it over. And he was really good, actually. I did a talk, not a TED talk, but like I did a public speaking course and recorded like my talk. This is like 10 years ago. I think it's on YouTube. Is it on my YouTube? Have you seen it? Be like really, really early on my YouTube. I see if it's not public now, I'll make it public because it was really interesting. And it was basically like me doing a talk on how the ATO is not your enemy. And they were good. Like as long as you're not doing the wrong thing, like you're not actively, like they can tell, right? Well, we weren't trying to do the wrong thing. We were just idiot kids. And it's really more a problem around how in Australia it's too easy to, have children without a license, run a business without a license. Like you have to have a fucking license to drive a boat. But I can start a company without a license and employ 50 people, go into debt, go bankrupt, ruin all those lives, and it's fine. But as long as I don't fucking drive over a skier,
as long as you put a fence around a hole in the ground, you're fine.
It's funny, isn't it? But I guess what people choose to be outraged about is funny.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in the supermarket,
We got any more ginger beer? We drank them all. One more, thank you.
When I was in the supermarket, we didn't. I was at a store that did get done by Safe Work because a pallet fell off the loft and hit a girl in the head. But
Sorry, I shouldn't.
But she was fine.
Bad.
She was fine.
That's all right.
But neck minute, she had a big hole in her head. Anyway, we have your yearly council visit, and they were in the bakery at the time, and my previous employer.
It is here. I'll make it live now. So this video was uploaded on April 19th, 2016. I don't know why it's private. It's probably... Who knows? Fuck it. I'll make it public. So head over to youtube.com/veryclint. You'll find my 8-minute and 36 talk about the Australian Taxation Office.
And my store in particular, we didn't stick to the recipe for our cheese and bacon rolls. So
you put more cheese on?
More cheese.
Fucking oath.
Yeah, more cheese, more bacon.
Safeway got involved?
No, not Safeway. But the council, they're doing their audit, their yearly inspection. And so the prep table had been prepped for cheese and bacon rolls. They'd been done. The tray had been picked up.
Anyone else want a cheese and bacon roll right now?
It got put in the oven, and the auditor that was standing behind the girl that was making cheese and bacon got her for a dirty workspace.
Because there was still cheese on the thing?
There was cheese on the workbench, and she turned around and was like, "Are you fucking serious? I just put it in there, and I've come to clean it. Nah, and if you're going to speak to me like that, I'll do you again."
What was she supposed to do? Like, I'd love to know the suggestion.
She's like, "Clean up as you go." And she's like, "I am. I put it in the tray." And then...
Did you ever get to have one of them straight out of the oven?
Yeah, all the time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because I find that kind of like, if it's a bit pov, those bags, they get all like sweaty and then you're like, oh, it's all right. Like, it's food.
Yeah.
You know, Crocodile Dundee, you can eat it, but it tastes like shit. But I could only imagine. I remember, I think I've spoken to you about this, about having the grapes straight off the truck and they're just like frosty. I can only imagine what those cheese and bacon rolls were like. And I reckon Baker's Delight would be another level from that. Like those fucking Danishes.
What else was there? Yeah, cheese and bacon were the big ones. Pizza ropes, when we used to put extra cheese on the pizza ropes.
Does the Drake's family know about the cheese?
Actually, no. So that was in our old store. Then that store got knocked down. They built a new one. Then
that's why they had to knock the store down. They lost so much money on cheese.
We finally got our bakery supervisor in, and she's like, "What are you doing? That's not the recipe." And she goes, "Oh, well, no one comes out and visits me, so I just do what I want."
You are a fucking
yeah, exactly right. And then we lost our reputation for the best cheese and bacon rolls, and they just went up the road to the deli. Fun fact, if you stole from my supermarket and went to the deli, they'd give you money for the stock.
The deli?
Yep. Like as
in store. Like where I used to buy cigarettes and Keno?
Yeah.
So what, you could steal stuff from your store, like a 24-pack of Coke?
Yep.
And the deli would hook you up with a $20 note kind of thing?
Yep.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Yeah.
We got props now.
Yeah, we had we had two buy houses. One got raided and shut down, then one opened the next day.
Do you need to is this of interest? This is interesting. What do you mean buy houses? So people would go steal shit from the supermarket?
From my supermarket, yeah.
And there'd be a known house that would be like, yeah, we can move that for you. So there'd be a handling house. They'd give you the cash and then they'd fleece it.
Yeah, then you'd go and... So, for example, right, so...
We had a guy that used to do that with cigarettes from the Ampole up at... Teacher Gully. We used to buy diaries off him at school. We used to get them. He used to go behind the counter and take them every day. How the fuck they didn't get him, I have no idea.
Hell. But so for example, you'd come in, and they were without stereotyping. You know what these people look like.
Oh, please don't say anything. Just stop there and continue on. We've already lost enough listeners.
They'd come in, they'd load up on, I don't know, like just shit, like meat. Yeah, down the jacket, down the pants.
I saw a chick steal meat at Coles at Engle Farm the other day.
Yeah.
Probably 6 months ago. She just put it in her bag and I was like, that's not getting paid for. Like she was in the frozen section, stuffed a bunch of stuff in her backpack, just put her bag on and just walked out.
Yep. So they'd load up. They'd come in jackets, be 40 degrees. Anyway, you do your best to stop them, but, one knife being pulled on you is enough. So
if that's a champion jacket, though, that's probably just trendy, right?
Oh, right, yeah. And then they'd cross. So I worked on Waterloo Corner, Whites Road. So you'd cross Whites Road, you'd cross the lights at Waterloo Corner, and you walk up to the set of houses. The first house on the right, that was the first buy house. And you'd go there, say with $300 worth of, stock.
Yep.
But you'd get like $80. And then if you got premium meat, then they'd go down the road to the pub, and the buy house would go to the pub and would go, here, I got this. What are you going to give for me? And it was a vicious cycle. And that's what happens. That's true. Like, you can get in the comments say that doesn't happen, but you don't know what you're talking about until you actually physically see it. Anyway, that house got raided on like a Wednesday.
Hang on. raided's a pretty loose term. So like Land Cruiser with SWAT dudes on the side.
Yeah,
Get fucked.
SWAT rocked up, closed the street. Yeah.
I love how SWAT have got nothing better to do because when they have prison riots, they just give them dominoes and go back to your cells.
Yeah.
So
that would growing illicit and buy house and
cooking
then
and growing.
everything. Yeah, everything.
And they just like supplemented their income with fucking steaks and Coke.
Yep. Yep. So that got shut down then, like on a Wednesday. Then on the Thursday, the house across the road, which in the supermarket world, that person everybody knows in the supermarket world is like, you know,
The guy.
The guy. And yeah, his house was shut down like a week later. And then it just kept moving and moving because whenever someone stole from my shop, they'd always go the same way. Like, always go the same way.
And you weren't allowed to touch them, were you?
It depends.
It was recommended not to touch them.
Well, it depends who you speak to and what advice you're given. But
So the owners, the official... I had a burp. Hang on. All right.
Joe Biden moment.
No, I haven't pooed my pants for ages. The official written word would be do not intervene if things were stolen, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you
But
do.
then a manager would be like, if you fucking see someone take a trolley, you fucking...
And it's
Or was it like an assistant manager or a shift runner would be like, look, you didn't hear this from me, but like...
no, well,
You
I
get
mean,
promoted if you fucking smack someone in the shins when they're fucking stealing shit.
for me, I'd never put my staff in that situation.
But you'd put yourself in that
I'd put
situation.
myself in that situation, yeah.
And they just spit on you.
You spit on me. But, you know, you looking back, it's probably worth it. But it was getting to a point where it was just ridiculous. Like,
As in, because if they didn't spit on you, you wouldn't have left and have this cushy job where you can just sit here and talk shit.
well, you know, there was... What did you say before? The turning the doors moment, whatever?
Sliding Doors.
Yeah, sliding doors.
Another
moment.
beautiful movie
Yeah.
with Gwyneth Paltrow. No, Claire Danes.
But it was
Broke
getting
Down Palace,
ridiculous.
remember that? No.
Like, we're talking like hourly, these people would come in and just stock up and leave and come back. And
What do you think the total percentage of dollars in the turnover of an individual store or the total company would be in theft? Like the Drakes are $1 billion.
Yeah, I think they're 1.7.
Yeah.
now.
So of that 1.7, how much money do you reckon is being stolen? I'm sure JP's done a video about
Probably
it.
10 million, 15 million.
So it's not that much. I know that's a stupid sentence, but it's not that much. But it's worth definitely putting a security guard at every store.
Yeah, it's not that much, but if you're selling that stock,
Well, that's right. There's profit on the stock
Yeah.
as well, which they would argue is nothing. But I saw that JP did a video about having like the metal like things, and they had like fucking things so you couldn't steal the meat, and they're even having meat like locked up.
so our store trialed those metal things.
Yep.
So the guys would just come in with knives and slit the packet open, put it in their bag.
You know what would be cool, and you can't do this, but like you put poison in the meat,
Jesus.
right? And then when you pay for it, they give you the antidote.
Yeah, that sounds really bad. But
Well,
yeah, it
two
was
birds with one stone, right?
Yeah.
You start losing the people that steal the meat, and no one steals the meat anymore.
And like I was saying at lunch yesterday, that when the low and slow range came in,
Oh, that's what we need to do now.
and people would come in and go, "Oh, where's this meat?" And you go to the meat case, and it's like, I haven't sold that today, but 5 pieces of that meat's missing.
Down the
Yeah,
pants.
down the
I got
pant.
plenty of room. I
Yeah.
could hide a fucking
So-
brisket.
You know, so it was like, well, just don't range it. But it's like, but I have people coming in that want to buy it, and it's like, you know, but anyway,
Cost of living crisis.
yeah. But those people stealing aren't because they're poor.
Billy Australia on TikTok just said SWAT just wanted some barbecue meat.
Yeah, that's right. They just wanted the good stuff.
I don't reckon the SWAT were worried about the meat. I reckon the SWAT was probably more worried about the coke. Mudge also says, "What's up, legends?" Mudge is doing a W. No, he's not even working from home. What did he do today? He just stayed home.
I've got no idea.
I think they had some appointments, so he just went, "Fuck it, I'm going to stay home."
I think, I just got subbed in for the barbecue.
He used to work in the mines, and I don't know.
Nah, the rigs.
Oh, fucking same shit.
The rigs.
They're raping the earth regardless.
The rigs.
Fracking assholes. It's not your earth to rape. Belongs to other people. Always has. So when he was working in the mines, would enjoy the 1 or 2 weeks of coming home and getting fat and lying on the lounge, while his life partner would go off and do normal job stuff. And so he doesn't have that anymore. So I think he kind of tries to find them moments, which might have been this afternoon. I'm pretty sure that Mrs. Mudge was off today as well. So he's like, I just want to watch the podcast and do nothing.
So, yeah, supermarkets. Yeah, those people stealing were not stealing for the right things. I'd have.
What should you steal for? Hunger.
Well, if you're stealing sausages, baked beans,
because you just need to eat.
Because you need to eat. That's different.
As in, if you like, your moral compass would state that if you were starving, choose the lowest cost item so that you're not impacting a business as much, but you're still eating.
No, you don't need an $85 steak. If
you're gonna steal, why wouldn't you just steal the best shit? You go to jail regardless. And when you get to jail, you're not having $85 steak.
No, but I had customers that were genuinely struggling that we could do stuff for. We had my store had a.
You put a garbage bag full of really good stuff in the bin and be like, after midnight, no one's watching the bins.
St. Vincent de Paul's, they'd do vouchers, so they'd buy vouchers from us, and we could do stock for them and stuff like that. There was ways around getting food.
Yeah. It's pretty fucked, and this is definitely not what people are going to expect from me, that in the world we live in today, that anyone is not eating food.
Oh, it is ridiculous. And back in when I was working in the supermarkets,
and the fact that we have to put private charities have to get together to sort that out.
Yeah, and
not the government.
No,
they go,
not the government.
Hey,
no.
Gina, just give us an extra 2 or 3% from your fucking earth rape, and we'll give that to these people because they need food.
I was going to say.
Sorry,
but
I have that effect on people. I feel like poor man's Bert Crusher.
So in South Australia, going out of date food, the legislation's changed now, but you actually couldn't give it away.
That's right. I remember when I was at Woolworths, we'd have to
you have to
we'd put it in
destroy
the bin. Well,
bleach it.
We
destroy
would bag
it
and put it in the bin, and then the charities would come in and take the bag. We'd double bag shit and put it in the bin gently, and they'd come and take it out of the bin because they knew it was still good.
Yeah. But the legislation apparently has changed now where you can do food drops for stuff going out of date, which I think is great because the amount of food a supermarket chucks out because it's...
They have to because they can't run out of stock, right? So they have to have enough stock to cover the day.
Yeah.
And if there's a bit left over, then...
Yeah, well, it's better than going in the bin and, I suppose recycling places that... Because we'd have green bins that would put, fruit, veg, bakery, blah, 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 meat that would go off to...
Celeste's cousins had a dairy farm in Malula Valley, one of the two. And they, through the drought, would go get all of the bread from the supermarkets. They'd drive out to, not Caboolture, into the Sunshine Coast, Caloundra. And they'd get donuts, breads, and they'd feed this to the cows because they had no feed. And the fucking milk was so sweet.
Yeah,
because the cows were just eating.
Sugar,
So they'd pretty much, I've got photos, I'll show you after, of Jack when he was like this big, lying in the back of a Mitsubishi Triton tray, surrounded by bread and donuts that had gone off just like...
Yeah.
Just eating.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, not for cows. And they don't give a fuck.
We've spoken about it before, but bruised fruit and veg, no one buys it. Because,
Hang on.
Yeah.
Brother,
as much as people are like, I'd buy it, and you put it in front of the cabinet and no one buys it because it's bruised. It's the same thing with the day-old donut. It's like, day old. Ugh.
Yeah, an hour old can get fucked. Cinnamon donuts, if they've come off of that little thingy and they've fallen in the sugar and then they've been moved, I'm not eating them. I want them out of the fucking sugar.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I'm a unique human being. I get no joy from anything. We should wrap this up. It's 3:40. I need to work out some kind of balance between having any more sugar and being able to drive a car.
That's very sugary. That's someone that hasn't had a
Plus,
lot of sugar.
Dylan's got to go get... You're getting checkup, right?
Well, after Jonesy had his ribs, I thought maybe that.
The clinic.
Yeah.
Go back to the clinic. Make sure that you're still clear.
Except I can only bend forward. Dylan's going to be able to bend backwards.
he's getting 2 discs taken out of his spine and a spinal cord hinge. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to tell you right now that these aren't going to get any better until September or October. So if you just want to tune in and listen to us talk shit, then fucking welcome. Also, not sorry for swearing, but it's going to happen. And I guess now that you know, then either teach your kids about swear words or not. But when they join the real world, they're going to get swear words. So
a lot worse words than what we say.
Thank you for the soundboard, Dylan, as well. This is really cool. You want to have a shot? Is there anything else? Next week, we might have to pre-record something. Either that or Kira and Dylan can be the hosts and do their own podcast. I've proven it's pretty easy to do your job and my job, so that's it. Keep it green.
Cool.
See you next week.
See ya.